it's time to install our strings. You want to be careful not to bend or crimp your strings, because then they will not play in tune. So I start by putting them all in the bridge first. There's many ways to do this. You do it in whatever order you feel comfortable. It's just the way I do it. When you put your bridge pins in, you got to make sure that it slides past the ball end so it sits on your bridge plate. To do that, you just kind of hold on the string till the pin slides past it. Then you know you got it seated. There's a couple theories on this. Some people like to hold the string like this and insert it into the hole and hold it up a few inches, because you want to get a couple turns on each of these posts. The most turns you want are going to be on your E and B string. The way I do this is on the low E string, I wrap it around and then I'll insert it through that hole. I want to make sure my string is working up this way. So where I put this through is going to be on top of the whole winding. Now my string is pretty much pre-wound. I don't need to crank on the peg for half an hour to get this up to pitch. So there's our E string. So we're going to continue on. Our A string, one about the same amount of turns as the low E. So let's turn around the post once. I'm using my thumbnail to hold those windings down so they're nice and tight, and then my guitar is going to stay in tune much better. Another important thing is when your string is coming off, you want to bend it the opposite direction that it's coming onto that post. It's going to help lock it in place. You don't need to tie knots. I've never had one come off. Now we're onto the treble side. And I always start closest to the nut, work my way forward or away from there. Then it's less stuff in my way. Now this one I'm going to turn it around 4 times, then insert it through the hole. It's the same with the B string. A little thinner helps them grip on it a little bit better. And now the G. This one I'm only going to turn around 3 times. The reason I'm kind of holding this up is to keep some of the slack out. So if you look at the headstock now, we have nice clean windings. This is going to help our guitar stay in tune. Grab out your snark. Before I final tune it, I'm also going to stretch the strings now. A lot of times I'll kind of put some support down by the nut just to keep it from chipping. If you got a guitar with a brittle nut, that's a potential hazard. So you just lightly tug on it, see if you're in tune, tune it up again. 2-3 times usually is good enough. If you break a string, don't fret, we sell singles. Be careful with the G. That's one of your thinnest strings. Alright, now we're ready to tune it up. Remember to always raise the pitch when you're coming into tune. If it's sharp, come back below and bring it back up to pitch. It's going to help it stay in tune, especially if you like to play blues and bend. Alright, this guitar is now cleaned and ready to get shipped out to its new owner. One last thing before we're going to case this up is make sure to wipe everything down, make sure we're still good and clean. And that's the basics on how to just restring and get your guitar cleaned up and ready to go.